Let's try something different for a change. I'm gonna bring you a sort of behind the scenes, a director's cut, if you will, as I go through a test shoot. Now, you may have heard this term before. For me, a test shoot is all about sharpening your blade. It's about getting better with your craft. It's about testing new techniques and even, in this case, testing new equipment. Hasselblad reached out with their brand new XCD 75P lens. It's a lens that has an equivalent focal length of about 59 millimeters. So it's a focal length that I've never shot with before. And with a bunch of shoots to close out the year, I need to test this lens along with some lighting techniques and recipes for the creative that I have coming up. So with this video, I'm gonna bring you along that journey as we explore this new equipment, explore new techniques, and really just have fun with the process. Welcome to On Set.
We need to shoot this out with a flash.
That's me, letting my producer know that we're gonna be about an hour and a half behind schedule, and well, the shoot just started. You see, the thing is, when it comes to a commercial shoot, we have these very methodical timelines and we know exactly what we're gonna create and how long it's gonna take. When it comes to a test shoot though, we are testing. We are trying to discover. We are concocting different ideas and experimenting. And so when I saw this outfit on my friend and longtime collaborator, SVDP, I knew that I wanted to shoot this outfit in a variety of lighting situations, right? I wanted to even wait for the sun to come down so we can get that sunlight coming through the windows to see what we could create. Another reason I knew we were gonna be 90 minutes behind schedule is because we were testing this brand new technique I've never done before that I learned from my friend Jason Roman, aka Stock Easy, where he was using liquid on filters, in this case glycerin with coloring on filters, holding that in front of the lens and just seeing how the light reflects and refracts through it. It's something that, again, I've never done before and something that requires a lot of patience. You can see this, it looks like it's blood dripping down my hands. Yeah, this is not the kind of stuff that you would want to leave to the actual shoot day. You want to find out if you can test this and what happens with techniques like this that you've never done before in some sort of practice environment. And that's what this is all about. The results were striking. You know, these were images that otherwise would seem like they were a shutter drag, but you're introducing color from an optical element as opposed to it coming from the light source itself, so it made for a slightly different result. Another thing to consider about these test shoots is that it helps you consider how long things will take to execute in an active environment, in an environment where there are higher stakes on the line. For this technique, you know, we needed a refrigerator on set to keep the serum at the optimal temperature. And it also required still a lot of trial and error for us to review the images to make sure that the color, the behavior, the emotion that was coming out of these images was where we wanted it to be. All right, let me get back to this lens real quick because it is an interesting proposition. The XCD 75P f3.4 introduces a new perspective in the P lineup for the X and V systems of Hasselblad. It is a lineup that is affordable, easy to get into, and easy to experiment with. For test shoots like this, I have a frequent review process on set, right? Where I'm constantly going back, looking at the images, looking at our shot list, and seeing what we're coming up with, right? I'll bring these ideas back to our producer, back to our model, and just experiment more and more. And what I found with this lens is that it helped for more experimentation. We saw the sun coming down here, and I saw this light source coming in, and I started to instruct our model to just interact with that light. Don't cover your face too much, because I really want to see how this lens works with that light and shadow, how the sort of light reflects back into the glass and how that's interpreted. And I found this to be a powerful offering for people that have an X or V system. One of the standout features of this lens is how incredibly light and manageable it is in the field. At just under 400 grams, it's something that doesn't really feel like it's holding you back. It's something that empowers you to kind of move and play with distance and experiment with different angles. This is also underscored by the incredible optics of this lens. It is a lens that encourages you to shoot wide open. And I know that f3.4 might sound a little weird, All you need to know is that the glass comes together to really make your subjects stand out. There is this roundness, this depth that gets added when these optics, in combination with the sensor, meet together. One of the unique differentiators of this Hasselblad system is that they have a leaf shutter within the lens. And that means that you can take advantage of these higher shutter speeds for off-camera flash. And now that could mean you want to go to 1,000th of a second and really freeze the action, right? But it also means that you can go to even 300, 400, or even 500th of a second, just to go a little bit faster than systems you're used to get the shot that you're looking for. For this test shoot, I picked up the ProPhoto Connect, the Nikon version, because that was compatible with the system that we were using here today. And we were gonna bring in a flash that would allow us just to go a little bit faster, just a little bit quicker than conventional mirrorless solutions that traditionally tap out at 200 or 1/250th of a second. This is also a great time to mention that test shoot environments live and die by the team that puts them together. And I'm thankful for having this group around me that is putting in the time to experiment, to grow, to test, and to really focus in on the process of image making. We were pretty ambitious in the images that we want to create and the ideas we wanted to test. And let's just say we had more than a few setbacks throughout this entire process. And it's especially in those times that you realize how critical it is to have a team that you can trust. Now, back to our production, we were 90 minutes behind schedule, so it meant that we really had to lock in to finalize the last few looks that we had. One of the things I love doing, and if you've been watching this channel for a while, is playing with distance and getting as close as I can. The XCD 75P has a close focusing distance of 0.55 meters. It meant that we could really enter the subject's space. So we started playing with the lights and ultimately decided to build this little intimate box where we could pull viewers into the world of our subject. And with this lens, this body, and the setup that we had, it made for some really beautiful results. Your rapport with the subject in front of you is the most important factor in creating compelling portraits. Lighting is important, cameras, lenses, software, that's all important stuff. But your relationship with a human sitting across from you is the most important thing to consider. I've been working with SVDP for 6 years now. We have this relationship, this trust, and it bleeds into the work. We can laugh, we can joke, we can share real stories with each other, we can explore creatively and really be open to new ideas and concepts. And that level of trust means that you can really take advantage of the test shoot environment. Again, test shoot, it's about testing ideas, it's about pushing the envelope, it's about seeing where you can go with your creativity. And that is, well, more successful when you have someone that is willing to go on that journey with you. I mean, look, we had incredible tools all around us. We had the 907X and 100C from Hasselblad to produce these incredibly rich medium format images. We had powerful lighting from ProPhoto to tell any kind of story we wanted to. And we even had, like I mentioned, like it's highlighted in the title, the 75P lens, which leaned into a different kind of storytelling and made for a very versatile tool. We had everything we needed. So the real factor here was the relationship between me and my subject. At the end of the day, I had taken a little over 700 images, and from that crop, 50 of them were images that felt striking, that felt like they had story to them, that felt compelling enough that myself and my friend were comfortable sharing. Now, we didn't share all 50 of them. I'm just saying that these were the ones that felt like we could share them. You saw a collection here today. I really got to give credit to this 75P lens because, again, I've never shot with this 60mm equivalent perspective, and it allowed me to kind of play with the kind of storytelling that we can do on set. I also want to highlight that this level of success is only possible when you make time to invest in the journey with the people around you and the people in front of you, right? When you really take time to develop your soft skills and how you direct people, how you communicate your vision, how you open your creativity to others, to those around you. That will ultimately dictate the level of success you see, whether it's in the studio or in the field. And as you can see, perhaps better than any video that I've ever produced, I like to get in there. I like to get animated. I like to be in the journey with the subjects, with the team, and really craft these stories that I feel a genuine connection with. I hope you enjoyed this video, this sort of director's commentary of the shoot experience. I hope you found value in what I shared with you. And I gotta give a shout out to Hasselblad for letting me tell this story on the backdrop of their new lens. The XCD 75P is a lens I really enjoyed using, and it's something that I look forward to using more and more. It produced these remarkable images, but more importantly, allows people to play with their creativity, where it doesn't lock them into a wide or tele perspective. It's really up to you. So my thanks to Hasselblad, and please let me know if you enjoyed this video, this style of video. Let me know in the comments down below, and I'll look to consider more of these in the months and years to come.